So we just had season 2 of Peacemaker finish and come to a close. There's not confirmation yet on whether or not we're going to get season 3 of Peacemaker, but we got to talk about season 2 and basically get my thoughts on this. So really, I wanted to talk about the finale first that we got for season 2, and I gotta say overall for the finale when it comes to episode, I gotta say I was a little underwhelmed with it. I felt like the finale had some pacing issues going on. You know, we kind of fast forward through a lot of stuff that was going on throughout the episode, and it feels like we just kind of were rushing to the end. We do get a couple of great moments going on within the episode, but then we get to the end of it, and it just felt like a little underwhelming to me. It kind of does set up something for the future of the DCU if they're really going down that road with the references and mentions of what happened at the very end. But when it was all said and done with the finale, I don't know, I just felt like I needed something a little more. I just was kind of wanting a little bit more from the finale, and it felt like it was a little lacking for me. Now, when it comes to the whole season 2 as a whole, I gotta say, overall, I really did enjoy the whole season. There was definitely some pacing issues going on within the season. There was a couple of moments here and there to where it felt like it was lacking a little bit something. I felt like we need to spend some more time on certain things within the season. Like when it comes to some things that were lacking, or I felt like we need more time on, I felt like we need more time on the second Earth X, if they're wanting to call it that. We got like 2 whole episodes with that whole Earth and then little tidbits here and there throughout some of the other episodes. I just felt like we could have used a little bit more from that Earth. And with that whole big reveal that we got with, Earth X, if that's what they want to call it, with that whole reveal that we got, and, theories going around how it probably was going to be that, and it happened to be that. That was a crazy reveal, I gotta say. One of my favorite things throughout this season was actually Tim Meadows' character, to where, goddamn, he was so hilarious, man. Like, bird blindness, really? Come on, that was hilarious, man. And I think throughout this season, we got some pretty good character moments going on. When it comes to James Gunn, he does know how to write those good character moments, and we got plenty of those throughout this season. I really think John Cena stepped it up this season with his acting ability, and, he's really showing improvements within his acting. And one of the things I want to talk about was the character of Rick Flag Sr. Like, when it comes to some of the later episodes, the way that he starts off in the season, and then the way he ends up in the season, I don't know, it just feels like his character really changed, especially when it came to the last episodes, to where it feels like it's almost like a 180, and he's just different all of a sudden, and, it feels like somebody's corrupting him, maybe. I don't know, it just felt like it was like a sudden shift. And when it comes to some of the episodes themselves, to where some of them felt really short, or, they didn't feel like they were long enough, or we weren't really getting enough within those episodes, it really felt like that, but only really is because I was just liking those episodes, and I really just wanted more, and just wanted to see more from those episodes. That's why I felt like it was so short of episodes. It almost felt like, in a sense, that was almost lacking. But it's really just a compliment to say that the episodes were going pretty good, and I just wanted more of them. It would definitely be interesting to see how the DCU goes forward with some of these reveals, some of these setups that we got, especially with the finale episode, and seeing where the character of Peacemaker and just some of these other characters go moving forward within the DCU. Like, I'm definitely interested in seeing, how it continues on with some of these characters in Peacemaker. Overall, I did enjoy the season. I did end up liking it overall. I wouldn't say I actually did love it, though. I guess overall, when it was all said and done, I guess I was wanting a little bit more from the whole season, or at least the finale, maybe. But like I was saying, overall, I did end up enjoying it for the most part.